Since you started doing like podcasts and broadcasting this kind of like raw, unfiltered shit and giving your opinions on shit like that, has that affected your acting career at all? Or has it, like, do you have agents and producers talking to you like, don't say this, don't say that, like, don't?
That's so funny.
Is that real?
It's so fucking real. I don't think it hasn't affected me yet. I definitely have a representative, I'm not going to call them out, who definitely told me, like, yo, go easy on saying certain stuff. You know, you just might want to lay low, which I was like, I just kind of let it slide. But I'm like, do you know who you represent? You know what I mean? Like, and this is what we do. We don't, like, curtail, like, an artist. Would you tell, like, fucking Johnny Rotten, go easy on, slicing yourself with a razor blade? No, right. It's Johnny Rotten, you know? I'm not saying I'm doing that, but it's like, yeah, so that was a great example of this, the typical, like, make money, don't rock the boat, always try to get the bag, to, like, having opinions, to rocking the boat. But there's a new bag out there. That's what I'm saying. All of this disruptive media is making a new bag because there's an audience really want the new bag. They're sick of the bullshit. I hate to say that, but, like, the waking up, the real wokeness is the people waking up to all the bullshit. That's my opinion.
Do you think that there's people out there, like, because you were just in a movie with, what was the latest movie you did? Brad Pitt one? The BP?
That one, I did that one, but then I got cut out. Fuck.
What do you mean you got, they cut you out when they were editing?
Yeah, I had 3 good scenes, but they're really good. But hopefully, I heard if it goes to Criterion Collection, then I'll be in there. You know what that is? That's like when the movie is, like, put in its own thing in the longer form. Oh. So that would be dope. But no.
I thought they were going to make you the dad. You should have been the dad, not Tommy Lee Jones.
BP's dad.
BP's dad in the movie, the guy in the spaceship.
But I did another movie, which you're talking about, which you don't know if you're talking about, but I did this movie called Roe v. Wade, and that pissed a lot of people off. And that was just a movie about abortion. And that pissed off a lot of people, and a lot of Hollywood press wrote about it, started saying all the stuff, and it was like, yo, I'm just an actor. So when
was that movie?
That came out over the pandemic, like March, and it came like to like all these streaming services. But it was like considered like more of a right wing movie, but it's really not. I'm just an actor. I'm not right wing. I'm not left wing. I'm just a dude.
Yeah.
But people were mad that I did that. But so far, it really hasn't fucked me up.
What was it about?
Abortion. The
take on it was like you shouldn't abort.
Well, the take was a little bit more like, hey, abortion's a little bit more dicey than people say. There's a little bit of money being made. There's an agenda there, and a lot of people didn't like that. They thought they were messing with their rights, and got a lot of people upset. And, it's like, then people were asking my opinions, and I'm like, I'm just an actor. And then it's like, well, you're being irresponsible acting in it. And I'm like, it was a good role. And so it's a longer conversation. But basically, in a nutshell, that's what you should do. You should make movies about things that cause conversation, and that's what it did, even if it was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, I like escapism too, but.
Yeah. Well, the crazy thing about it is like what you're talking about, they got mad at you, or like the establishment will get mad at you for doing certain types of things or having certain types of opinions or whatever it may be. But it's like coming full circle with YouTube too, because now everyone's in the media right now talking about how YouTube demonetizes people, and they make conversations that they don't think it could be like an accredit, like you were talking about, like your buddy who you're going to interview today, the guy who's a nurse. They will probably demonetize it if he talks about COVID or has any kind of opinions on it, and they make it unprofitable to talk about that kind of shit.
Don't you think that's weird?
I mean, yeah, of course. It's fucking crazy. It's scary as shit. But it's like coming full circle. It's like now YouTube is, you can't talk about certain things or else you get deplatformed or demonetized.
I know. So what does that tell you?
That tells you got to join, what's his name? Glenn Greenwald's Rumble website.
I just saw that. I just saw yo, kind of dope. Let's be real. But then they're going to call you like a right winger, right?
I guess, probably. He was on, I saw that he tweeted about it.
Who is Glenn Greenwald?
He's a gay political guy. He started some media platform a long time ago. Right. And then you get adjust it. There's like 2 little levers on the left side. Just pull it down. What do you want to go down?
Yeah.
So there's the back left one. Pull it up.
I did.
Didn't go down? Oh, there you go.
That was a way to describe that. You're gonna get so much shit. He's a gay political guy.
Yeah. He's a gay political guy, but he's got a lot of really good takes. Like he's obviously,
why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
He's obviously he's a left wing guy, but he just like shits on like hypocrisy of left wing politics and all the corrupt people in there, and how like, you know, he talks a lot about like the deplatformization of people and like the freedom of the press, and how they're like trying to, you know, put Julian Assange, however you say his name, in prison for life, even though he's overseas, and like turning journalists, you know, into basically trying to incarcerate journalists for talking about whatever they want to talk about.
Yeah.
And he just, you know, lately I've just noticed he's been pointing out a lot of the hypocrisy and that kind of stuff. And he's actually pretty cool because he's just this like gay left-wing guy, but he's going on all of these right-wing shows like Tucker Carlson, and the Democratic people hate him for that.
Oh, wow.
Like, why would you go and talk about, you know, on this guy's show?
Because he's keeping an open mind.
He is keeping an open mind. That's why I like the guy. He's very smart.
And he started Rumble.
I don't know if he started Rumble. I learned about him through the guy Tim Dillon.
Yeah.
I learned he was on his show.
Okay.
So that's how I found out who he was. And then he's just been pushing this Rumble thing. And maybe it probably is his.
I gotta go. Dude, but think about this. Look how insane this is that you can't talk about certain stuff. Like, I get, like, it's like that you're being demonetized. What does that tell you? Like, YouTube used to be like the freest, craziest shit. The fact that they are like, that just shows you that's like, if something is, if there was no, I call fuckery charcuterie, because, you know, I try to use code words. If there was no charcuterie there, you would be fine. It's not like you're saying, if you're just saying something against what a bigger message is being pushed as, that's weird. And that's what I'm saying. And then when you comment on it, people are like, no. It's like you're being controlled. Like, if you can't have an opposing opinion based in some type of reality, then we're in trouble. And I just feel like that's what's weird, bro. Like, big tech is now
the monopoly is that.
Yeah, but they're like,
they're
pushing the same narrative as like, let's just say CNN. And I'm not saying CNN all has bad stuff. It has some cool stuff.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a biased thing. Just like obviously Fox is biased, but Fox is like the dark star, and CNN is like considered Luke. You know what I mean? But are they?
Yeah, and it's all everyone talks about now is like everybody knows that Fox and CNN are these two completely polar opposite things that just push headlines for views.
Yeah.
And I think those shows aren't very successful. They get those daytime or nighttime segments they have on those shows get way less viewership than your average podcast gets.
Yeah, totally.
Like, then your episode with Bert probably got twice as many views as any episode of Tucker Carlson gets.
That's crazy.
You know,
That's crazy. That's nuts.